This is a king. Kings have an unchallenged right to do anything, known as the divine right of kings. The period of enlightenment challenged this divine right. This is Father Hidalgo. He gave the famous Grito de Dolores, or known as the Cry of Dolores, which encouraged Mexico to fight for freedom against Spain, but he was later caught and executed.
After 11 years and many deaths, Mexico finally won its independence from Spain. Mexico contained what is now Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and much of Nevada. This sign was very common in the early 1800s. Most people thought that they should go to Texas because it was very prosperous and they thought it would be a better life there. After a short period of time, the Mexican officials and United States immigrants began to argue over the laws and rights. Eventually, this bickering ended in fighting. The Constitution of 1824 introduced states' rights into Mexico and also abolished slavery. The law of April 6, 1830 completely contradicted the Constitution of 1824. It canceled all unfulfilled impresarial grants. It encouraged Mexican and European immigration. It canceled all immigration from the United States, and it established new customs duty forts.
This constitution infuriated all the Texans that were immigrating into Mexico.
This is Stephen F. Austin, the father of Texas. He helped instigate or start the Texas Revolution. He originally wanted peaceful negotiations, but when Santa Anna refused to see him, he sent a letter to Texas suggesting they break off. The Mexican government intercepted it and threw him in jail for a year. He finally got out, and one thing led to another, and you know what happened next.
This is General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, the leader of the Mexican forces during the Texas Revolution. He was the president of Mexico. He gained power by saying he was a federalist, or someone who believed in states' rights, but was actually a centralist, or someone who believed in central government.
The Battle of Velasco. This was the very first battle that actually happened between two armies, the Texan army and the Mexican army. The battle began when the Texas army attacked the Mexicans, and after a 2-day battle, the general of the Mexican army surrendered.
This is the flag that flew over Gonzales. The Mexican soldiers wanted a cannon from Gonzales, but the citizens fought to keep it and officially began the Texas Revolution.
The Battle of the Alamo was fought in 1836. During this 13-day siege, thousands of Mexicans took on the hundreds of Texans living in the Alamo. On the 13th day, the Mexicans stormed the Alamo, killing any remaining Texans still fighting. This was a key battle in the Texan Revolution. During the Alamo, the Texans were led by William Barrett Travis, Davy Crockett, and James Bowie.
This is the Battle of Toledo, where Mexican forces defeated the Texian forces defending it. The Texian forces were taken to Presidio La Bahia, where they were eventually executed. This event was known as the Goliad Massacre. No one survived. This is the Battle of San Jacinto, the final battle of the Texas Revolution. It was the deciding factor of the entire revolution. The Texians defeated the Mexicans in this battle, which lasted only 18 minutes. Santa Anna tried to escape, but was caught by the Texans the next day.
This picture shows Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna surrendering and agreeing to give Texas its independence from Mexico, thus ending the Texas Revolution.